Welcome to the 8th lecture in the series, Introduction to New Testament Textual Criticism. Let's begin with prayer. Heavenly Father, you give food to the beasts of the field, even to the young ravens when they cry out. As we give thanks to you for giving us our daily bread, we also thank you for giving us our ration of your word. Help us not only to have it, but to partake of it, to taste it, and see that you are good. Through your Son, Christ our Lord. Amen. Today's lecture focuses on the question, what is a lectionary? Over 2,400 manuscripts of the New Testament are lectionaries. Now, if we make some estimates, we see that we have about 140 papyri, about 320 uncials, about 2,600 continuous text minuscules. That means that 4 out of every 10 Greek New Testament manuscripts are lectionaries. We should probably look into what they are. A lectionary is a book of selections from the New Testament for reading in church services. Well, that's the simple part. But the task of categorizing New Testament lectionaries is somewhat complicated. One way to differentiate them is to picture one group of lectionaries that contain readings taken exclusively from the 4 Gospels. This is called a Gospels-lectionary or an evangelistary. The non-Gospels lectionary is called an epistolary. Another way is to picture one kind of lectionary as a book of selections mainly for the weekends, that is for Saturday and Sunday, and the other kind of lectionary as a book of selections for every day. But probably the best way to categorize lectionaries is according to whether or not they begin on Easter or on September the 1st. By Easter, I mean the Orthodox way of determining the date of Easter is to calculate the first Sunday after the first full moon after the vernal equinox. This is different from the other way, in which Easter is assigned to the first Sunday after the 14th day after the first new moon that occurs after March the 6th. Sometimes both calculations arrive at the same day, but usually not. Now, if a Gospels lecture begins on Easter, that's a clear sign that it is a Synaxarion. In a Synaxarion, the readings are not assigned to a specific date on the calendar, like the 4th of July, but every date is variable depending on when Easter arrives each year. Because this schedule changes year by year, the feast days that are observed in the Synaxarion are called the movable feasts. The Synaxarion begins with a reading from John 1 through 17, and the next 6 readings for each day of the week after Easter are from the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd chapters of John. The readings for the first Sunday after Easter is John 20, 19 through 31, about Thomas's encounter with the risen Lord. The readings for the rest of the week are taken from John 2, 3, 5, and 6. The readings for the second Sunday after Easter, starting the 3rd week, is from Mark 15, 53 through 68, about the woman who brought myrrh to Jesus' tomb. And the rest of the readings for the 3rd week are from John 4, 6, 15, and 16. The readings for the 3rd Sunday after Easter, starting the 4th week, is John 5, 1 through 15, about the paralytic. And the rest of the readings for the 3rd week are taken from John 6, 7, and 8. Now, the Wednesday that's the 4th day of the 4th week is given a special designation, the Mesopentecostes, conveying that we're halfway to Pentecost Sunday. The reading for the 4th Sunday, beginning the 5th week, is from John 4, 5 through 42, about the Samaritan woman. And the rest of the readings for the 5th week are from John 6, 7, 9, and 10. The 5th Sunday, starting the 6th week, has its readings taken from John 9, verses 1 through 28, John's account about the blind man. Most of the readings for this week are from John 9, 11, 12, and 14, but if we jump to Thursday of the 6th week after Easter, that is Ascension Day, we find that the main reading is from Luke 24, 36 through 53, and the morning reading is from Mark 16, 9 through 20. The reading for the 6th Sunday is John 17, 1 through 13, in honor of the 318 men who attended the Council of Nicaea. The rest of the selections read during the 6th week are taken from John 14, 16, 17, and 21. That brings us to Pentecost Sunday. The reading for this feast day consists of John 7:37 through John 7:52, plus John 8:12. The next 17 Sunday morning readings are from Matthew. After the series of readings from Matthew is completed, each day the reading is taken from the Gospel of Luke for the next 13 weeks. After that, the Saturday and Sunday readings continue to be from Luke, but the weekday readings are from Mark chapters 8 through 14. As Lent approaches, the schedule of readings becomes a little more complicated, but the selections continue to be mainly from Luke and Mark. During Lent, most of the Gospel's readings for Sundays are from the Gospel of Mark. Now then comes Holy Week. During Holy Week, beginning on Palm Sunday, each day's reading selection is more complicated than normal. On Maundy Thursday, John 13, 3 through 10, is designated as the reading about the foot washing. Then begins a 12-part series of readings about the sufferings of Christ, taken from all four Gospels. Then follows another series of readings called the Good Friday Vigil that is also extracted from all four Gospels. Finally, there's the 11-part Cycle, readings about the resurrection of Jesus, which consist of excerpts from the closing chapters of all four Gospels. And that brings us back to Easter. Now, besides the Synaxarion, there's another part of the lectionary that overlaps the annual year, and this is the Menologion. In the Menologion, feast days commemorate particularly important events in the Gospels, and they also honor the lives of various saints and martyrs. Some other events are also commemorated. These commemorations are scheduled for the same day every year, which is why they are called the fixed feasts, fixed in the sense that they are set in place. The Menologion begins on New Year's Day, which in this calendar is not January the 1st, but it is September the 1st. But because the feast days in the Menologion honor a variety of saints and martyrs, it's important to regard the Menologion as an expression of a mutating and growing tradition. As more things happened that warranted assigning a feast day in the memory, the Menologion grew. In historical pictures that depict the American flag, you can estimate when the picture was made according to how many stars are on the flag in the picture, one state per star. Similarly, you can estimate the age of a Menologion's text by noticing the most recent event that is the focus of the feast day. Now, I'll take a few minutes to draw attention to some of the annual feast days that are especially notable. Simeon the Silite was honored on the first day of September. The birth of Jesus' mother Mary, traditionally called the Theotokos, is observed on the 8th. The conception of John the Baptist, the forerunner, is celebrated on the 23rd. In October, the Apostle Thomas is honored on the 6th. The soldier Saint Sergius Bacchus are honored on the 7th, and Saint Pelagia is honored on the 8th. And the selection for St. Pelagia's Day is usually John 8, 3 through 11. On the 23rd of October, James, the author of the book of James, is honored, as well as the seven sleepers of Ephesus, a set of individuals whose story is also found in the Quran in Surah 18. In November, the first Sunday of the month is celebrated as All Saints Sunday, and this is slightly different from the Western custom of making the first day of the month All Hallows Day, and the last day of October being All Hallows Eve, known in popular culture as Halloween. The Apostle Matthew is honored on the 24th, and the Apostle Andrew is honored on the last day of the month. In December, St. Nicholas of Myra, the basis for Santa Claus, is honored on December the 6th. Also in December, the birth of Jesus is celebrated. Christmas Eve is celebrated on December 24th, and Theophany, the visit of the wise men, is celebrated on January the 6th. Just as the celebration of Easter sort of stretches things out in the Synaxarion, the celebration of Christmas sort of stretches things out in the Menologion. There are special pre-Christmas services on the 2 Sundays before Christmas, and there's a series of readings for Christmas Eve from Matthew 1 and 2 and Luke chapter 2, and a series of readings for Christmas Day from Mark chapter 1, Matthew 3, and Luke chapter 3. On the eve of Theophany and on Theophany, additional series of readings conclude the Christmas feast. Almost. The readings from Matthew 4 are designated for the Saturday and Sunday after Theophany. In the late 11th century, a feast day was introduced for January 30th to especially honor Basil the Great, Gregory of Nazianzus, and John Chrysostom. In February, Candlemas is observed on the second day of the month, so while some of us Americans are celebrating Groundhog's Day, the Menologion mainly commemorates the encounter between the elderly Simeon and the infant Jesus at the temple. The feast for March the 9th honors the 40 martyrs of Sebaste. These individuals were martyred in the year 320, and the commemoration of their martyrdom goes back at least to Basil of Caesarea in the 370s. And also the Annunciation is commemorated on March the 25th. In the spring and summer months, the Menologion covers mostly minor saints, but some important ones too are honored, including St. Mark on April 25th, and May 8th for St. John the Theologian. And on June 24th, the birth of John the Baptist, the forerunner of Christ, is celebrated 6 months before Christmas Eve. Some feast days honor relics of special significance, especially relics associated with Mary, who is, of course, traditionally called the all-holy bearer of God, the Theotokos, whose death, which is traditionally called her Domitian, is commemorated on August 15th. July 2nd commemorates the placement of the robe of the Theotokos at Lection, and a relatively recently established feast day is August the 31st, which commemorates the placement of the waist sash of the Theotokos at Chakopratea, New Constantinople. In addition, the Menologion may be slightly adjusted to honor individuals or to commemorate events that were of special significance in the place where a lectionary was intended to be used. It is not unusual to find in continuous text manuscripts of New Testament books, especially in the Gospels, in the margins, and also embedded sometimes directly into the text, little symbols that indicate where lections for each day start with the word arche and where they stop with the word telos. Some readings combine two or more passages, and so you might see start here, and then further down, jump ahead, and then further down, resume here, and then finally stop. Lections are typically identified according to when it is to be read relative to Easter. Like, this is a passage from Luke, Kata Lukan, and it's to be read on day X of week Y after Easter. Major feast days are often given a little more detail, not only in their titles, but also in the margins of continuous text manuscripts. For example, the first reading from Mark 1, verses 1 through 8, is for the Sunday before the Feast of Lights, or Theophany, and it's not unusual to find a reference to this in the margin of continuous text manuscripts of Mark. Similarly, the first reading from John, the first 17 verses, is for the Holy and Great Sunday of Easter. And this title is found not only in lectionaries, but also in the margins around the beginning of John in some continuous text Gospels manuscripts. In addition to the text, lectionaries also often have what is called Ekphonetic markings. These marks were intended to convey to the lector how the text was to be intoned when it was read out loud in the church. Some of these marks, called neumes, eventually contributed to the development of what we know as musical notes. Lections typically have an introductory phrase to let the listeners know the context of the scripture passage that is being presented. And they're usually very simple phrases such as, at that time, or, and the Lord said to his disciples, or, at that time the Lord said. These are called incipits. When a lection from the epistles is read, it usually starts with simply brethren. So, in general, lectionaries give us a New Testament text that's been broken up into individual passages, and each passage is designated to be read out loud in church services on a specific day of the year. Each passage is introduced with an introductory phrase to provide a heads up about what the passage is about, and once one takes these aspects of the text into account, a lectionary provides as much information on the text that it contains as a continuous text Greek manuscript with the same production date. It's kind of like having the same picture is being presented, the pieces are just in a different order. How far back do lectionaries go? Well, we're not entirely sure. It's a bit like asking how far back does the nation known as the United States of America go? One could say that the United States of America did not consist of 50 states until 1959. One could also say that the United States began in 1776 with 13 states, and before that there were British colonies. Similarly, there's a difference between a Byzantine lectionary, and the first Byzantine lectionaries were probably produced in the 600s, and an informal lection cycle, or cycles, upon which lectionaries were based. Also, there's a difference between the development of the lectionary in the East and the lectionary and the liturgy in the West. For example, the Leluxio lectionary, made in the early 600s, includes readings from Revelation, which is practically unheard of in Greek lectionaries. And the Bobbio Missal, produced in the 600s in Latin, also displays a developed lection cycle, so there was something before that. Around the mid-500s, Germain of Paris described something that resembles a standardized annual cycle of lections. In the late 300s, something like a schedule of lections was used by John Chrysostom in Constantinople in the late 300s. And part of the lection cycle preserved in Lectionary 846, also known as Sinai Greek Manuscript 212, from the late 700s, is similar to a lection cycle that was used in Jerusalem in the time of Cyril of Jerusalem in the mid-300s. And the Pilgrim Lady Egeria in the late 300s mentioned some celebrations that fit the annual schedule fairly well. The chronography of 354 features an entry for the annual celebration of Christmas on December 25th, and also includes calculations for the date of Easter. If we go even farther back, Justin Martyr in the 100s, in his first apology, chapter 67, states, "On the day called Sunday, all who live in cities or in the country gather together to one place, and the memoirs of the apostles or the writings of the prophets are read as long as time permits." Now, a few lectionaries are especially noteworthy. A lectionary 1599, called the Argos lectionary, is assigned to the 900s. It was written in magisterial lettering. Now, this lectionary is also known as the Gangster's Bible because, according to a former owner of the manuscript, when people were initiated into the criminal organization led by Al Capone in the city of Chicago, they took oaths of loyalty on this manuscript. It can be viewed online at the website of the Goodspeed Manuscript Collection at the University of Chicago. Lectionary 1276 is only a small fragment, but it contains one of the oldest Greek manuscripts of any kind for the text it contains, including text from Matthew 10, 2 through 4, Matthew 10, 11 through 15, and John 20, 11 through 15. It's assigned to the 500s. It was excavated from the Cairo Geniza and was published in 1900 by Charles Taylor. Lectionary 300, kept at St. Catherine's Monastery, was not shown to Constantine Tischendorf, but J. Rendell Harris saw it and described it in great detail. It is written in gold, on excellent vellum, in large, round, beautiful unsealed lettering. It's about 1,000 years old. It contains 71 lections from the Gospels, including readings for Eastertime. It is supplemented with beautiful illustrations and is one of the most beautiful manuscripts in the world. Lectionary 35 at the Vatican Library is a festal lectionary, neither a full Synaxarion nor a Menologion, but a small collection of lections mainly for the 12 major annual feasts. Other noteworthy lectionaries include lectionaries number 1, 17, 63, 64, 150, 279, 525, 627, and 735. And for additional information, you're welcome to read the entry on lectionaries at Robert Walsh's online Encyclopedia of New Testament Textual Criticism. Thank you.